I have to really just be frank with you guys. I am so sick and tired of Jill Stein. She now is going on shows and saying she might get 15% of the vote. And she knows this because there were positive comments about her on a YouTube channel. I feel like an idiot saying it. Here is Jill Stein explaining it. She says, I went on the Breakfast Club. I looked at the YouTube comments and there were very nice messages there. So I could get 5, 10, or even 15% of the vote.
And, every vote for our campaign is a shot across the bow of the empire, telling them that we are.
Wouldn't she like her followers to believe that?
Here and we're growing. And, if we wind up with 5, 10, even 15% of the vote, and that really depends on whether the word gets out. I don't know if you have read the commentary on the Breakfast Club interview, but, we were basically being ambushed by Democratic Party attack dogs, as we often are, and it completely backfired on them, as it usually does. And to read the comments, you'll see, and there are maybe 20,000 comments now on the main posting.
Yeah.
People are saying, I wasn't going to vote for before. I wasn't going to vote at all because there was nothing to vote for. But now, I've been persuaded that I'm going to register green and vote green. So, our particular demographic is people who are not voting. In 2020, that was 1 out of every 3 voters, eligible voters, that is, who didn't vote. Yeah. So don't they deserve a vote as well?
Completely delusional. Listen. If you look at the YouTube comments, Jill Stein might get 15% of the vote. If you look at the YouTube comments under my videos, I might be a Democratic Party insider getting paid secretly by China as well as George Soros. This is not serious. This is not serious. Now, on the facts, Jill Stein will be lucky to get 1.5% of the vote. She's not getting 5. She's not getting 10. She's not getting 15. Right now, in a Real Clear Politics average, Jill Stein is polling 1.2. My bet is she gets less than that. I think it's going to end up being less. However, and this is the critical part, if Jill Stein gets that 1.5% in Michigan, well, maybe Trump ends up winning Michigan. If Jill Stein gets that 1.5% in Pennsylvania, maybe Trump ends up winning Pennsylvania. Maybe Georgia, Jill Stein gets 1.7% and makes it so that by a small margin, Trump wins Georgia rather than Kamala Harris, and it hands the election to Donald Trump. So if she wants to have an impact mathematically, this is not about opinions. This is not mathematically. The biggest impact that Jill Stein can hope to have in November is that she takes just enough of a slice of the electorate in critical battleground states that Trump wins them and becomes the next president of the United States. Wouldn't that be something to write home about? It's going to be a no for me, dog. That's where I'm landing.